Don't strobe me.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxicant arts. Lin, allow me to introduce Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
Kidding.
I know this one by reputation, and that's enough. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial.
Not even if it offers you a chance at the Bronze Division Championship? Crimson Kana's rise to Bronze Division Champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares. The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze Champion.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match.
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Kana. You fool! The Guild is the authority in the arena. Anyone you approach would know better than to tangle with us. If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal with Kana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
This Kana woman would appreciate knowing what you have learned.
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
What an anus.
What do you need from me? Magical enhancements and knowledge. Have a look at my web.
God damn. Complete shit yourself.
Ukir kawuir wo fonir ir karano sakupono. Sayer uyufuis patuye?
His shoulders.
Uksayer kuni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita. Uksayer caritas fonir sisayer ir furk tatasier ir karano sakupono. Uksier watuafu nier froto usosawir uktatasier ni ryoki. Wonowiri fuiro tarir noka sisayer na workurktantir. Aka wo nawir sawir sonsinoka uk napir. Narawir woifuir uk sunurk. Wo sajer pinir so kart a jawie. Wo sajer pin...
I want to hear that. What? Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the bronze division for your last match. Now it's time.
Bronzefoot.
Are you ready to face Crimson Kana, the finest sword this august arena has seen in 5 generations? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Fucking sniffles. Look at that.
Victory and a pair of unique blades stands between Tiger Lifts the Mountain and the Bronze Division Championship.
Sword.
Stormbright.
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Wo sajer pinir so kart a jawie.
When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune gluttony.
Wo sajer noka ukraproni apawafa son sijer tu wirwo. Wo nikfra fo wo sajer kwanpa. Ukwiro ni sajer tatasi yeru wo nawir sijer fu ni winyanakan. Sata kwa wir ni wo sawir sawa wira suir cook. Wo sajer noka ukraproni apawafa son sijer tu wirwo. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasi yeruk. On we pifir. Wono wiri fuir uk tarir noka sisayer na workur ktanti. Wo sawayer noka uk raproni apawafa son siyer tu wirwo.
Did train me wrong.
Wo sajer pinir so kart a jawie. Tier nik puntuir poir noka uk.
Hey, Bert.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're ready for the challenge awaiting you in the Silver Division. Remember, Soldier's the champion at this level. He'll be watching you.
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
What do you need? Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to keep your career interesting.
What else?
A demon has been added to the regular roster since your earlier victory. And since you've shown aptitude, I'm letting you face him first. This is indeed an honor, though it will not be
There's already
easy.
been one, though.
Are you ready to defeat this horror? Excellent.
Ah.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a
Visibly.
lone warrior prove stronger?
Eller Weaven.
Another demon falls. We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally. This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants. Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you alone. Are you ready to go in now?
Yeah.
This is almost sad. Am I truly so threatening to the mighty Kylon the Serpent? Regardless, I'll be waiting with the others if you need me.
Yeah. The most request in the game. So far.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a young man, but I know you have the wisdom to see that my friendship has advantages. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future.
Your foot will house my ass? No.
Cheat is such a pedestrian term. I prefer to think of myself as a creative engineer. Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Qui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire. Come now. We're above calling each other names, aren't we? The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen. I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me. Did you? An interesting claim. And one I'm not sure I believe. You don't match the description we have of the killer, but then the descriptions are fairly tenuous. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why? Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena?
Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public.
Wait, is this Templeman?
If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means
Say
you
Hearts
and
of
I
Darkness,
will
come
work
on.
together closely. You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend. I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important. Look, you can't trust Kylon. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but... You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind? Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone. You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
Really?
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the Serpent's tail!
But he's just some fuck. He has a lot of health though, it looks like. Possibly the worst range on that heavy attack.
My body is healed.
What
He
a
fought
move.
like a monster for a little guy. Good point, but he was particularly plucky. It's nice when they stick around longer so you can practice your moves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kylon's thugs, you know. Not at all. Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kylon were there, and Lucky Cho too. But he was just a runt back then. My brother became the arena champion, the Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him.
Raging Ox was one of Kylon's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kylon approached me first, and when I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kylon, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side. He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kylon, he stopped talking to me. Soon Ox became Kylon's enforcer and carried out his bidding.
Look at his
He'd
stubby
skulk around
toes
in
bent
robes
down.
so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kylon's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kylon was, convince him to leave. But Kylon was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood. Kylon just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year. You do what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with a serpent. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kylon's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him. Come on, let's go.
Swole, yeah.
My body is healed.
My buddy.
My body is healed.
The most door I've ever seen.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need? This next fight should be fairly simple for you. I once more want to send you up against 4 opponents. The crowd loves those fights. These are tougher than the students you faced before, but should pose no problem. Are you ready to get... Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
He fights next, doesn't he? Replace the men slated for that match with our own, and ensure that their blades are coated with extract from the ebon orchid. Even the ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. You must always use the resources available to you.
Little weirdos.
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
fucking thing does the wrong ass. This fucking camera. Didn't fuck around.
I do not know who those men were. The fighters I picked for you to face were not guild men, and they certainly lacked poison-coated blades. The wards are useless against poison. That's a danger we have never been able to solve. Those men were Kailan's, not mine. I keep myself as far away from that end of things as I can. You have to believe that I look out for my fighters. Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guildmen from outside the arena. They send their apologies. I believe they feel Kailan's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message. You are not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the Serpent and the Guild itself. He's making a bid for control, and some factions are quite upset. You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of the storm is the safest place. We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them test out a small group of war machines known as golems. I've decided to put you up against them. I want you to prove that our folks are superior to anything the army could devise. Are you ready to show them what you've got?
No, I want a gum sub.
If that's... When you walk the streets...
What? What do you... Tried that once. It didn't work out. Prefect Mu Hong pledged his daughter Mi Shan to me after I cleared his district of bandits. She wasn't ugly, so I agreed. The night of the wedding feast, I got more than a little drunk, and in the morning I woke up in the prefect's bed, next to the prefect's wife. I got up and went into my bride's room, and there was a strange man in her bed. I killed the bastard and was about to kill her when Mishan came into the room yelling. Apparently, I had just killed her sister's husband and was about to kill her sister. I tried to tell her it was an honest mistake, but she wouldn't hear it.
This fucking guy.
The brother-in-law's family was pissed, and so was the prefect when he found out about his wife. They tried to subdue me so they could send me to prison. I killed them all swiftly. None of them suffered. Still, Mishan wouldn't leave with me. She kept crying and complaining about her family. Family life just isn't for me.
Fucking hell.
Whatever.
I hate you.
I want to hear what... I've decided to put...
The Imperial Army honors us with a most unique trial.
The robot trial. They weren't really tougher than regular guys.
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve upon the design, thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire. I rushed out notification of this match, and we've had the outcriers shouting themselves hoarse. I hear many nobles will even be in attendance. It's rare that the Silver Division rests balanced against a single victory on the scales of combat, you know. What really catches the crowd, though, is the story of Tiger Lifts the Mountain. They come to see the noble warrior who strides up the rankings like the heroes of legend. Will you face Soldier now? The Silver Division Championship awaits you.
Let's go, Yama at him. You can fuck
Anything
off.
is better than waiting around in the camp.
Hey, burr. Did I get so? Yeah, I wanted to try out Mirabelle.
You look a shade better than the usual cowardly dogs we get through here. Just a shade, though. So you've earned the right to talk to me. Lucky you. Iron Soldier's the name, though everyone just calls me Soldier. You may as well do the same. How you made it to me is mystifying. But since we meet next, should I notify any kin after I crush your spirit? Given half the chance, yes. If you can't handle it, you don't need to talk to me. There's some people who call the way I operate walking the low path, but they're fools. Talking about the low path is an attempt to deride the philosophy of those of us who see the truth. There's no real altruists in this world. Just people who explain their actions with reasons that are easily palatable to the masses. I refuse to kowtow to those kind of lies. I'm a warrior. People either challenge me and grow stronger, or run away like weaklings. Like I care. It's in my nature to rail against simpering fools, and by being true to the discord I cause, I'm made that much stronger. That's all there is to it. I'm not here to hash this over with you. If you want that, go bother the scholars or one of those saps in the Black Leopard School on the hill. I look forward to ending your career.
I want it. It's rare that the...
Oh boy, cutscene. Yeah, man. That was a weird way of going.
The veteran Iron Soldier prepares to face Tiger Lifts the Mountain.
Oh, he's Claudad, guy.
Mirabelle.
One day.
Storm Dragon. Mirabelle.
Hold on then. No.
Storm Dragon.
Donk.
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. Be proud! From here, your battles will be even harder. A test, if you will, to see if you stand a chance against the Ravager. Impress the crowd, and you will have your chance against the Ravager himself. I can promise you that. What do you need? The Gold Division is the toughest series of fights in the Empire. Ultimately, you can think of it as a test to see if you're ready to face the Ravager. Your first match will be a rare challenge. There is a style that was banned from the tournament combat 5 centuries ago. You will face the Phoenix Unity style.
Unity.
That is something best discovered for yourself. Suffice it to say that if you stand against it, the battle will be memorable. I do not believe in outdated prohabitations. As you may see, this style is not fair for single combat, but it is a fair test of a Master Warrior's abilities. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Wait, no, oh.
The Phoenix Unity is among the rarest of styles. No one person has defeated it. Yet.
More Hydra ass. Camera, what the fuck?
Legends say that the Phoenix Unity style was banned from tournaments because it was unbeatable, but I've never put much stock in legends. That was exactly how I wanted your Gold Division matches to start. You need the people on your side before you can face the Ravager. Things are interesting right now. Be as careful walking the streets as you are in the ring. I don't think Kailan is pleased with your progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your victories are impossible for the other fighters to ignore. You are a master of the arena, the ground where executioners are born. Perhaps you have potential that you are not even aware of. There may be a role in the executioners for you after all. Do you think you stand a chance of joining the Lotus Assassins? That is a strong position to take, and one that we respect. You will have to remember, however, that if we accept you, you will be a mere recruit. If you survive, you will join an order unlike any other. We enforce the will of Death's Hand and the Emperor. We guard the treasures of the Empire. This will be your responsibility. Can you look on silver coins, golden tablets, or prophesized artifacts and think only of duty? If these things do not tempt you, think no more of them. I only meant to illustrate the extent of our duties. Then we will waste no more time. You are adequate, and I will allow you to begin training. Proceed to our fortress. It lies at the far side of the burial ground that is the necropolis, which you may reach through the rich section of the city. Present this token so that they will know you. I expect great things of you. Not many of our recruits possess both the skills to become executioners and the personality to attract such a loyal band of followers. Do not feign ignorance with me. A blind and deaf man would notice the arrival of a group as large as yours, and my order misses nothing. I am well aware of those who come with you, their strengths and their weaknesses. You inspire loyalty in most of those who follow you. That will serve you well. Am I? Or do you doubt your own abilities to deal with them if proven treacherous? In time, you will see that your loyalty to our order is all that matters. If you survive your training and remain in control of your senses, perhaps you will serve at my side one day.
Good. I knew you could be relied upon. The others will want to know. We should go see them after we leave the arena.
He's still there.
You must go to the Lotus Assassin Fortress like we agreed. Find the evidence against Death's Hand, and I will help you rescue Master Li. The Inquisitor will have some task that needs addressing, I'm sure. Scholar Dong Gao in the Scholar's Garden is the contact. I don't understand. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins with a fair amount of ease. What else is there to speak of? Is there something you are wondering? About me? I am Princess Sun Lian, the Heavenly Lily. What more are you worthy of knowing? I do not remember ever being allowed to just be a child. My mother died when I was born, shortly before the end of the long drought and the fall of my uncles. I was in the care of tutors too afraid to punish me and too ingratiating to teach me anything useful. I quickly found ways to sneak away from the palace. They dared not report my excursions for fear they would be punished. They would scurry around all day trying in vain to find me. I met the people, the peasants, the homeless, the thieves, such a different world from what you see from the palace walls. They never realized who I was. I'm sure they would have been terrified of the army storming in to rescue me. Most just wanted to be left alone. That life was exciting, but also useful. Even Lotus Assassins overlook the beggar on the street, but she still has eyes and ears. You announce your questions like a wild animal with no warning of the claws you unleash. Proceed slowly, lest you turn me away.
Lol.
Ah, the shadow behind my public self. How else can a curious princess learn what really happens in her domain? I don't have time to interpret the veiled statements of advisors, so I became a thief. An assassin, whatever I needed to be. People will not speak to the princess. Bad news kills the messenger first. Silk Fox knows how to persuade. That is how I learned about the activities of Death's Hand. There are many excuses for a vain princess to retreat from sight for days, even weeks at a time. My father encourages such getaways. And if courtiers ever discovered that I was not where I said I would be, who would dare question the Heavenly Lily? I may eschew the formality of it, but being the daughter of the Emperor still has its privileges. I do not like to speak about that. I try to avoid the court as much as possible. It is filled with sycophants pandering to the fancies of my father, with little or no concern to their own dignity. It is distasteful. I can handle myself better than any of the fancy courtiers who attempt to match me. I know that someday the court will be mine to rule. When I succeed my father, there will be quite a cleaning out, but with Death's hand manipulating him, that day seems less and less likely. We need to stay focused on what is important, and that is exposing Death's hand. Nothing else matters. I think we are through here. We should return to your group before you set out for the Lotus Assassin for—
This is being weird about it.
Come to kick this tired old dog? Careful, boy. This mongrel's still got all his teeth. Don't think I'm going to forget that you were the one to take my division from me. You're even and level-headed, which means you won't watch your back. You'll never last. Do you actually need anything, or are you just there to flap your gums? Why are you wasting time with me anyway? Shouldn't you be taunting your next victim?
Why not?
I want to hear what. I was going to do something different, but I've had a request from the Sung brothers. They said that there's been an affluence of the fates and a reemergence of the planets.
What?
I'm not quite sure what that means, but if they want to face you, then I have to honor their request. Besides, defeating them is important to your career. I require that any fighter who wishes to face the Ravager be able to defeat all three of the Sung brothers. Then I know you won't be torn to shreds. Well, at least not before the gong stops ringing, at any rate. The brothers are ready if you are. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
DK Baldy of Skelet.
Speed, might, and magic will be needed to defeat these brothers three.
What a guy. Sprite man going for it in the background.
3 opponents at once, all of them exceptionally skilled. I thought no one could impass them, but you have. Defeating their combinated might has impressed the crowd immensely. What do you need? I want to give you a shot at the championship. I really do. I need to convince others, though. I'm going to hold an event so huge that it will rock the reaches of the Empire. The Imperial Engagement. The arena turns upon you. You will be a man alone against a rushing wave of opponents, great and small.
Oh, that's me.
You must stand against them all, and when you do, your right to challenge the Ravager will be indisputable.
Time to take you down a peg.
I think it's going to be a fun challenge. You might even survive if you pace yourself.
You will be the first. As I said, I need you to have the crowd's heart. Kailan does not want you to face the Ravager. I do. You will be facing all the champions you have dealt with already, and more.
I thought what's-her-face left.
The concept is simple enough. If you can defeat your foe with exceptious electricity, then you have a moment to collect yourself. If you tarry, then you will be swamped. Are you ready for me to finish the arrangements? If so, we'll get everyone set up. If that's the...
Det går vi så.
I want it. Excellent.
The Imperial engagement begins! An ogre begins the onslaught!
Pant guy. Camera, what the fuck?
Hapless Hand enters the fray! What is the greater foe? Exhaustion or a fiend fallen from the heavens? Styles. Iron Soldier makes another foray against his nemesis.
Mr. Boy.
How long can one warrior last, battling a tide of foes?
You are weak. Spirit Thief.
For this battle, Sung Bu enters alone. His speed is unmatched. The towering strength of Sung Bu crashes upon the ring.
My body is healed.
My body.
The Master of Mysticism is the last to enter this epic confrontation.
No clone ass.
You have just emerged the victor from a multitudinous concretion of raw fighting talent. Amazing! The crowd loves you, and you have proven yourself enough in my eyes. No other fighter stands a chance against the Ravager. But you must think of your safety. The Ravager strikes with such power that even the wards of this arena may not be enough to save you. No one knows. His strength is almost inhuman, but we are sure he is no demon. Your match could end in death. It almost happened when Sung Bu faced him alone, and he was the last opponent to tackle the champion alone. The Ravager grows more fierce with each fight, as if time were making him stronger. If you face him, we may not be able to end the match in time. Things are...
The Gub-Sub.
You know, the Ravager is next. If you're ready, well, he's always ready. It is that time. The Ravager awaits. Do you remember what I told you about fighting him?
Fight him.
Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
We haven't seen this guy at all, so I assume it's someone we've heard of.
Halt! This fight will not happen. This fighter is not worthy of facing a true Imperial champion. The Ravager will not waste time with one so new to the ring. One must face the test of time to even challenge the Imperial champion.
Everyone's cheering at the fight being cancelled.
Good people, I do this for you. Would you have an unproven whelp as your champion? As the Empire's champion?
It's not proven if I win.
Silence! You have spoken, and I have heard. Your will be done. I give you the Ravager!
Nope. No, you say my. Oh, I see.
Storm Dragon. Stone Immortal. Can you resist me? White Demon. Longsword. Stone Immortal. You resist
wrong
Stone
one.
Immortal. Spirit Thief. You resist?
Oh shit.
Longsword. Mirabelle.
That was dumb.
Longsword.
Greenest man. It's that Bianca guy from Street Combat.
If you have even the tiniest bit of sense, Whirlwind, you'll realize that you should thank me.
What have you done to my brother?
Your brother was a useful tool. After you cut him down while he defended me, I decided it would be too much bother to let him go. In the process, I saved you from charges of fratricide. And so the Ravager was born. The perfect, unquestioning enforcer of my will. And I owe it all to you, Whirlwind.
I should kill you here and now, but first...
You have done nothing. I still took your brother.
And I took him back and repaid the favor.
You will not be champion. This is my arena. I invoke the right of challenge. As an ex-champion, I will return and stake my claim upon this place. Tradition supports my right to this.
But the right of challenge hasn't been used in hundreds of years.
Very well. You need not accept the precedents and traditions that make this empire great, Qui. Instead, accept that my men will kill you if you dare contradict me again. So, stripling, what do you say? Are you prepared to suffer at my hands, or will you walk away and die the tenfold deaths of the coward?
No, you are not the current champion, Serpent. My brother was, and now my friend is. All you are, magician, is mine. Allow me to accept his challenge on your behalf, Master. I will not fail you, and I know my brother's spirit will be satisfied if I take this chance.
Never. I will not allow a substitution of this sort.
They do have the right, Serpent. You substituted the demon in place of one of your guild men. You set the precedent yourself.
Damn you all. Fine. I will fight the shaved bear. It will be a pleasure. Speak with Qui when you're ready. Until then, I will prepare.
Wait, I actually have to play as him to fight. Oh, shit.
This has all gone horribly wrong. I have had a dead retired ex-fighter in a mask for a champion all this time. Do you know how many rules and regulations that breaks? It's a mockery of the entire arena, and Kai Lan and his thugs are to blame.
Well, you have a chance to get him died now.
But you can stop him. I need you to see this through to the end. I need that man stopped before he destroys 1,000 years of gratification. Things are...
Although you can't really do that here, right, Spike Lee? Jesus' portrait.
Looks like you're still walking after that last match. Too bad. A big Gold Division win for you. Go on and keep climbing the ranks. If you get high enough, you might just break your neck when you fall.
Woo wir wakir fonir sisa u kopkipo kus.
Creature.
I want to hear that you're... What do you... Your friend is ready to fight. When he was here before, he was always ready. Tell him to be careful. Kai Lan is not easily defeated. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready.
They're gonna play as her whirlwind.
The Black Whirlwind returns to the ring to face the Serpent!
Oh,
Might meets magic!
The littlest focus in the world, but doesn't seem to need it. Camera has its way with me. Hey, he did the cane laugh. They Victus now. You having a giggle, Simon? No, he's got health back. Not the fucking corner again. I need some Kai. Comes to poison again, it seems. You have to be very fucking careful. Might do some Space Haven in a bit. Got a hankering for that. Oh, it's about to get greedy and loose. It's like me and money. I have hardly any left, and I'm suddenly very
I know
good.
it's anticlimactic, but you did earn it. Congratulations, champion. I wish that I had another dozen fighters who could rise through the ranks with your alacrity. I will not dishonor you with appearing to those who cannot match your skill. In time, someone will come along, but I suspect your equal will not be manifesting any time soon. Champion, it has been an honor to adjudicate and facilitate your rise to the top.
Lol lol lol.
Should anyone appear to challenge you, I will let you know. But until then, rest yourself. You've earned it.
It would be hard to find anyone in this city who does not recognize our new champion on this day. We have met before, but right now, I represent the guild. I want what you want. We had to address the issue of Kailan sooner or later. His open policy did not fit well with our philosophy of discretion. His power ran deep. He would have taken our organization even further down Gao the Greater's path had word of a new contestant not reached us.
Wait, he died? How?
Indeed. Then you will be happy to know of the Guild's decision. We no longer want a stake in the proceedings in the arena. With Kai Lan and Gao the Greater gone, let us just say that cooler heads prevail. The current sentiment in the Guild is that the Lotus Assassins have become more trouble than our alliance with them is worth. Thus, we propose a truce. Your feud, or whatever it was, with Kai Lan died with him. The Guild will not trouble you or this place if you will not trouble us. I have a scroll for you that details a most ancient technique, once taught only to the Imperial Champion. Your perfect record in this place deserved a revival of tradition. Already some of the Guild have tried to emulate your styles. So effective are the blows of Tiger Lifts the Mountain. You should be proud. We will not speak of this again. Consider me nothing more than Sweet Poison Lin from this point on.
The pear-shaped warrior. What is the meaning? My body's telling me, yeah! But my ass... my... Oh. Do I not have? Oh. I guess. I guess. I have no idea if worth. But we needed a new slapper here. In space. Do not eat shit.
I knew you could do it.
Not much to do at the top, is there, champion? No. Your skills would just waste away with no challenges. I wonder if it'll be me, the Sung brothers, or some other upstart who brings you down.
Nara ir uk napir sonkut, usat dir tatasiir uyu.
While I cannot see you, your appearance... What can I...
The alignment of portents suggested that you would rise quickly. Congratulate.
What?
I don't want to talk to you. You're the reason Kai Lan is dead. I had a good thing going with the Serpent. He paid a handsome fee, but he never trusted me enough to make use of my services.
Nice.
Now that's all gone. Thanks a lot.
NP.
Go on, don't bother me.
Ooh, bins. Oi, oi, oi. Scales of the Serpentine. Oh. Very good have. Oh, I just shagged the door here.
Wow, the Imperial Champion. Hey, it's a real honor to have you come up here, but you're gonna have to back up, please.
No.
Nothing personal, but we work for Fang, and he doesn't want anyone blocking his view. He comes to watch the fights, not talk to the fighters. I guess he figures the more he talks to you, the less time you have to inflict horrible, bloody carnage on someone in the ring. I wouldn't call him sick and twisted. That's an insult to sick and twisted people everywhere. Fang's on a whole other level.
Some of that new
I never used to
fangled
believe the
degeneracy.
stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most degenerate and perverted man in the whole Empire.
You won't allow.
But he pays well, very well. Enough so that we pretend not to see what's going on, though I still feel bad for Breezes sometimes. Gentle Breezes, she's Fang's, concubine. She's over in the next room with the common folk. He, doesn't mind her getting up close and personal when they're in private, though.
We heard that.
Thanks, champ.
NP.
They say you're in good with the guild. You're allowed into the back rooms where Sweet Poison Lynn runs her shop, aren't you? I know you have a brilliant career to attend to here, but I have a favor to ask of you if you can spare a moment. I know you're allowed to go freely into the back room past Kui's office. Would you carry a message to someone in there for me? There's a merchant in the back named Sweet Poison Lynn. She has connections with the guild, the real authorities in this place. I want to expand my operation, but without the guild's approval and protection, I can only take very small bets. If I made any larger transactions, they'd be quite upset. I spoke to some of the lesser guild members, and there's a set fee that must be paid to Sweet Poison Lynn. It took me some time to save up the silver, but I have the fee. I just can't get back there to talk to Lynn and pay her directly.
His fucking hair.
If you could go in there and pay her on my behalf, I'd happily repay you. My thanks. I'm sure Sweet Poison Lynn knows about my interest. I've been angling this deal for a while.
Angling Fiskin?
You should run back there now. The sooner you go, the sooner we can up the antes.
Antes? Aunties indeed, and Alright, Sweaty Poison Pin.
What do you need? Dao Shen? He has angled for a long time for our permission to run a larger game. He's honest to a fault, but he still pulls in a fair bit of cash. I was wondering if he'd be resourceful enough. One of my associates has already told him of the cost involved. Are you here to deliver his payment? His payment? Good. Give it to me, and I'll send someone to go discuss the new terms of his operation. Now, back to our business, yes?
Business.
I'll be here.
This guy better not sneedle me, I will fuck him up.
Before you say a thing, I had a visit from one of Sweet Poison Lynn's contacts. Fantastic news! I can up the bets! Now you can wager 10 or 25 silver on each roll. This is perfect, and I have you to thank. Thank you again for paying the fee from your own silver. Here's your repayment and a little extra for your time. A thousand thanks to you. I promise to use your generous gift wisely. Now that we can play for larger bets, what say we set up a game?
No.
Thanks again for all your help.
Yeah, bye. Double warrior gem. I haven't the room.
This is my spot and I'm not moving. Go get your own place.
You return once again to interrupt lustful Lao, master of the Eye of Beckoning, lord of the billowing sheets? If you must know, I, lustful Lao, conqueror of the female kingdom, was emanating my yang. It is but one of my many irresistible charms. You don't see my brimming knowledge of the 232 points of pleasure as documented by Menshi Tsao, the salacious scholar? Or that I perform the stretches outlined in the writings of the now disbanded lascivious order of the abbotless monks every morning? If even these simple things are beyond your ken, sir, then lustful Lao has no time to spare on you.
I love the way that we keep seeing the same faces and stuff on a lot of the NPCs, but even with this guy, they've taken the time to make one of his eyes not aligned properly, so he just looks fucked because his eye alignment is off.
Sisayuri furkt wa sair napsan.
This guy again, nothing new. He doesn't even recognize the other guy become died.
Always, I say always, a pleasure to see a customer return for another visit. You look like a warrior to my eye, probably not fit for the odds and sods the usual patrons might pick up.
Never talked to this guy.
If it isn't the champion. You have any idea how many headaches you've caused me at this betting counter? How many screaming maniacs are drawn to your fights? Congratulations on winning everything and all, but I'll be glad if you never fight again. At least not in here. You just can't imagine.
Fucking man hates at work. I saw the man to grease the fucking floors so the kids won't run around.
You looking for someone? Try Kui, the promoter. He knows everyone.
Oh.
So, things are looking up. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins. With the recommendation of the Executioner, the others will welcome you as a recruit. You can slip into the very heart of their lair.
I can't agree with this. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't know the danger they represent.
Really? What did you see while hiding in your swamp? I've observed Death's Hand for years, both in the palace and elsewhere.
You could have 4 faces and a different name and wardrobe for each, and you still wouldn't understand. Death's Hand is not what he seems.
Then what, pray tell, is he?
I don't know, but his power does not come from study or skill. He is something darker, and we should not be trying to enter his lair.
It sounds like Sagacious Zoo wants to go back into hiding. Or perhaps the nursery? Pay no attention, not everyone is as weak as he is.
Why can I only be a dick?
Thank you for listening, but I want more than caution. Neither of you understand what they are capable of.
You aren't doing much to add to our understanding. Go sulk in the corner like you're accustomed to doing.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassins so this accursed woman will help us find Master Li?
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I see how the child left her little village. She has some spirit in her after all. But I'm sure you can
Isn't she
appease
your
her.
cousin?
You've already gained the recommendation of the Lotus Assassin Executioner. You could also seek out the Inquisitor and gain his recommendation as well, but the path to the Lotus Assassin Fortress is ready for you now.
And after we find the evidence against Death's Hand, you will take us to the palace to find Master Li?
I promise, little Dawnstar. After we get what I want from the Lotus Assassins, the palace is the first place we will go. You have permission, so there won't be any trouble entering. It's only after we have the evidence against Death's Hand that they might notice something is wrong.
It would still be good to get some information first. Sagacious Zoo might know something. We should ask him. Where is he?
Well, you should be more careful of who you trust. That is true. I wouldn't trust any of the ragged homeless you have collected. No offense meant to those of you who are actually homeless, Dawnstar.
Jesus,
if Sagacious Zoo has gone to warn the Lotus Assassins, you need to move quick. If he's just run off, he is no longer our concern.
Zoo would not turn on us.
The Lotus Assassin Fortress is in the far end of the necropolis. They shouldn't give you any trouble. Just appear confident as you enter. The Inquisitor will have some task that needs addressing, I'm sure.
Contact man should be here, I think.
Do not hesitate for too long. Sagacious Zoo's sudden flight has made our task somewhat more urgent.
You told him to leave to sulk in a corner, but there aren't any good corners here. He just probably went to find a proper corner. There's probably some Fuhung Sui bullshit about that. Gonna get a special last
Yes,
corner.
what can I do for you? Busy. No time for chatting.
Hold on, actually.
Off you go.
What? I'm a fighter, not a damn history book. No more stories. You've got my
Okay, so he's
I suppose it is good that
done,
the Lotus
I guess,
Assassin
plot-wise.
Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. At least, that's what she promised.
Hmm?
I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted? To you, perhaps, but not to me. I think I am perceived as a rival, but no one has told me what the game is. The princess, the daughter of the Emperor, is jealous of me? I think the size of our task has addled your senses. What could I possibly have that would make her jealous? What does a woman from the borderlands have that the princess herself does not?
Weirdos.
Well, that is just foolish, isn't it?
Coughing animation.
You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't...
Fucking.
No. No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you can leave whenever you want. Don't juggle your words. I am not amused by it. You know very well what I mean. It's probably at the front of your mind all the time for all I know.
I tend to forget these conversations almost immediately.
It is clear we have very different views about what is going on here.
I don't know.
I'm not sure I want to continue this. In fact, I am very sure. If you wish something related to the task at hand, I will be happy to assist. Beyond that, I think we are done.
What?
Don't go too far.
Always happy to help. What do you need?
Like, I can only really be asshole or not. I can't just be normal.
Dawnstar has been telling me about Two Rivers, the Swamp, and Gao the Lesser. I was sorry to hear about your town and your friends. It brought a question to mind. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this?
Loot and XP.
Details aside,
Funny interaction.
you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that?
Protagonist. The ability to load and save.
I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. History will probably decide. I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed.
I'm succeed.
It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried. I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to.
Wait, are they lotuses that are assassins, or people who assassinate lotuses?
And the few who made it back out were different.
Or use lotuses to assassinate.
They acted like they didn't know us, or just didn't care if we lived or died. It's hard to say if there's even a difference to the Lotus Assassins. I know you'll be fine. The Assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. Just be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done. You managed to satisfy the Lotus Assassins, and that's despite my misgivings, I can't help but smile at the thought that you're the reason they're so keen to acquire new recruits. Nothing like thinning the ranks to make some room. I was thinking about a story my father once told me. He was a scoundrel, but he could spin a fine yarn when he wasn't robbing caravans. Have you ever heard the tale of the Eternal Companions? The Eternal Companions were a group of warriors that traveled the ancient kingdoms, well before the formation of the Empire. They were said to be giants, to know styles no one could match, and to always appear to offer their services to a kingdom when times were worst. The tales are too fantastic to be accurate. Though I'm sure the Black Whirlwinds tried at least once, no one can actually cleave a mountain in two. What made me bring this up was just a simple thought. Were these companions real people once? Were they just like us? Something tells me they were, but not in the way you'd expect. You know how legends tend to grow in the telling? I think they also absorb other tales as they go. I doubt it. For instance, we have yet to wipe out a rival kingdom. Failing that, I'm a bit shy of 12 feet tall. The point is that when things are wrong, people believe that someone will do something about it. Whether we succeed or not, we are those someones right now. More importantly, you're the someone. You're the real reason we're together, and I worry about how much of this rides on your shoulders.
Don't worry, I'll eventually save a timeline. It may not be this one.
What I'm really trying to say is that I know this can't be easy for you, but I will stand beside you, whatever comes our way. I'll do anything I can to help you. I promise. Maybe we'll talk again later if you'd like. For now, let's just get back to what we were doing.
Very helpful, man. No bullshit like the other ass. Fucking asses.
Yes? How can this humble bunmaster assist you today?
Buns.
My prescient pretty has an uncanny knack for derailing my plans, in case you haven't already noticed. I have tried several times to leave, but it always fails miserably. Some say there are spirits out there that masquerade as people, and I suspect she may be one of them. She has my soul, and there's nothing I can do about it. One time, I tried to sneak away while she was delivering a special order of buns to her uncle's family. As I started to leave, I slipped on some oil and broke my arm. Still, I put my arm in a sling and was continuing on my way when I was run down by a rogue bun cart. When I came to, my wife had returned and was in a foul mood.
Well,
apparently, everyone she had visited died from food poisoning. But why not her? I mean, I'm sure she ate at least one of the buns I sent. I am saying no such thing. It is simply my lot in life to be given into the care of a demon whose sole sustenance comes from sucking the very life from my body and soul. Soup, anyone?
Man. You're quickly going on the list of companions I wish I could either tell to leave or kill.
I still can't believe it's that easy to become a
I
Lotus
like
assassin.
this guy, but
if I had known sooner, I would have joined their ranks as soon as possible. It would be brutal work, with little reward, and there's a good chance I'd die a hideous, painful death. But it couldn't all be better than married life, could it? No. That is a painful subject, one that brings back difficult memories, though not for the reasons you might think. For 4 long years, my bellicose beauty insisted we try and try and try again to have a child.
Forwarding the conversations
it was a most
automatically.
distressing time.
I don't have to click.
I was so afraid of her for the first year that I could not perform. Her screaming and chastising only made it worse. I overcame that problem, but there were others. No, my wife has only happened to one man, me. Besides, I wasn't the source of all of our problems. My plump plum of a bride is a good deal larger than me. I could compare my nightly efforts akin to climbing a mountain if only it had been that easy. And there was always the fear that she would roll. I am a small man. My delicate frame was not meant for such pressures. I once lost all feeling below the waist. which perhaps was a mercy in itself. Of course, we overcame these obstacles and kept trying for 4 long years.
Yeah, I have feelings about this game. Like, I don't know if it was rushed or something, but it feels sort of like it has all the BioWare stuff that like this is firmly between Knights of the Old Republic, which was good, and Dragon Age Origins, which was good, as far as I recall. This has some of the protagonist Knights of the Old Republic lines, but I feel like these are a lot weaker than it was in that one and Origins. I feel like we don't always have sensible options, and we have very few options in dialogue. It feels like usually they flesh them out a little bit more from our side. The characters in this are interesting, and a lot of them are funny and unique. But when we go through town and we can ask everyone the same questions, our character just seems so bland. And a lot of the time, like when I spoke to Lady over here, I could either be asshole, close fist, flirt, or some other shit. That like I have some weird options, and I don't like picking any of them. Not in the sort of way of you have to make a difficult choice, but just because why is this idiot saying these things, and why do I only have these options? Why do I not have this? Why can't I just fucking be normal? And the fact there's no benefit to balancing the poem stuff, I don't know. Yeah, so this game, it feels a little bit like they have a style that they've done. They have the writing and voice acting that they've done, but it feels like mechanically it needs a little more talk wise and stuff like that. I also prefer my RPGs with gears and leveling ups that aren't just put points in one of 3 stats, which also raises my social skills. It feels very superficial and light, but that could be on purpose and what they went for with this. I don't mind if that's what they were going for. That's fair. I'm not gonna hold that against the game if that's what it was supposed to be. But our interaction with the world, I feel, feels a lot more limited than I would say Knights of the Old Republic and some of the other stuff they've done before. I think Neverwinter Nights was also before this too. Although, was that Obsidian? I forget. I think maybe. It just feels like, yeah, the only times we really have normal things to ask is either when it's with an irrelevant NPC where we ask them the same question, what can you tell me about voodoo or whatever, that we've asked every single other person in town, or when it's, I think, stuff like this where it's meaningless what we pick. Otherwise it's just eat baby or some other shit. I have a sneaking suspicion that since it tries so hard to push us towards one alignment or the other, and it actually mentions some of that in the beginning, that you should probably focus on one, I have a sneaking suspicion that the ending is likely going to have something to do with what we end up with at the end, and having people come around with some medium shit might not have been so. Neverwinter Nights 2, I believe, yeah. Obsidian were also the ones that did Knights of the Old Republic 2. So, yeah, I'm trying to differentiate. But yeah, it feels like... It feels like that it needed to be fleshed out a bit more mechanically to be proper interesting. I'm interested in a lot of the stuff that goes on and some of the characters and stuff. I just don't feel like I can interact with them in a meaningful way. That if your main character is obnoxious most of the time, or you don't feel like you have any options that you actually want to pick, what's the saying? If you meet an asshole, you meet an asshole, but if everyone you meet's an asshole, then you're likely the asshole. And if there's an unlikable party involved in every single conversation and interaction in the game, you're gonna feel kind of ass about that, and I feel like there is, because it's the main character most of the time. There are some things that are reasonable, but most of the time I just end up with this sort of stuff that I think this one's kind of okay, but it's like fucking Black Whirlwind back there. Yeah, so I killed a bunch of people. Haha, it was funny. And the best thing I could do is, the worst thing I could do to him was go, that's dumb, or you're a monster, and he just goes, whatever, and then it continues. Like, and he doesn't seem like that important a character. He might be later for whatever fucking reason. But I would like the option to just go fuck off. Or something like that. Because it seems like it's one of those Arpaga things where some stuff is obvious and you feel like you should be able to point it out. It's like when that lady in Expedition Rome in the beginning, which was the only thing I played, was pretending to be a dude, and you just could not call her out on it at all. It was super obvious from the portrait and every single fucking hint, and your character even had social stats and stuff, but there was just no way that your guy could interact with it. And this feels kind of like the same in many ways. You can't really... I don't know. This conversation has made me want to shit. But I'm generally enjoying most of this. It feels a bit hollow because of how the main character interacts with the world. I want to think that it's less in than their previous games. It's less but it's been a long time since I played those, so I'm not sure it actually was. I remember replaying Knights of the Old Republic 1 and realizing how dumb the main character sounds in a lot of the dialogue, but I don't remember only having weird options. Which is that I like the setting and theme of this. I would have liked them to RPG the combat and stats and stuff like that more, but that's me. And if they were going for the more action ass where everything wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, like in Knights of the Old Republic and Neverwinter, that's fine. But yeah. Anyway, I must actually shit now. BB. Gracias. I don't know, Fisk, it depends on the psychopath. The guy in this is just like, so some guys were arguing and he did the thing where he splits a person they were arguing over in half and gives one half to each. And it's kind of played as a joke. But I mean, this is funny, it's just like, our guy is so far up his own ass on the light side of the force that having that just, it seems...
Once she decided we would not be able to conceive a child, her interests declined, thankfully. If we had succeeded, I would not have survived to see a second. Asking the same question over and over and expecting a different answer. That is the definition of a pestering and overbearing wife. Please try to stop reminding me of my missing misses. It is a memory too painful to bear.
Yes. Yeah, and this guy murdered 6 people trying to poison his wife.
As you say.
Yes, yes, what can I...
Nah.
Yes, I am eager to return there.
Casual murder's fine for the characters you can confront about it, but it's kind of like when you murder a bunch of people and then you get to the boss of the thing and then you have moral quarrels about killing him. Like, you murdered 40 million people that were likely just employed on the way, but the guy responsible for all of it, then that's like, we run into so many people that were murderous fucks and our guy's like, I will not let you get away with this is wrong, and then we fought them, but our party member we can't confront.
No, I have not had any new insights. The best option I can suggest is just to keep your eyes open. There has to be...
Okay, look at this guy, look at his
somewhere.
face, right? Look at his face.
There were a few simple symbols on one of the larger furnace gears. I made a note of what it might translate to. Here, have a look. Right.
Look at his face. No, look at him here. There's some clashing going on here. He looks a bit like Ho looks a bit sort of comical, but what's going on there? He looks like something from fucking MDK, which I think was also MDK 2 was like, yeah. There's no chin and he looks like he's been stung by a bee in his mouth. McClunky, you claim?
Yes. Certainly.
We. Thank you, smacked them all. Alright, Krang. I think I have some more confingulations. Yeah, this looks like a different art style. She just looks like the model copied in. This looks like a portrait that's drawn, so do the others. But maybe they did some touch-ups for the whatever version. But he was just too fucking angular in his screenshot that they had to sort of round these and do stuff. And as a result, he got really fucking weird. Configuration of the snake. Yeah, I'm thinking that that picture is taken from concept art. Right, we have that iron. Tiger. Electrical current. Mechanical cauldron. Cauldron smoke something. Oh, I don't have to look at the thing. Yeah.
A most intriguing place. All right.
Load. Look this up. Which one was it I was trying to do? We have the horse one. Snake. Right. Look at the right. This needed the conductor as well. Oh, actually, it's so goddamn bold. Morning clam. Lots minge good. Dragon. We need a sulfur for that, I think.
Ah, excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
You sell such fucking shit. Oh, there's some. Jesus, this guy's prize. Alright, to him, goddamn. Okay, so we can do one then, I guess. Cog's Cauldron. I guess we haven't seen this one before. Yes, yes. It looks cool. It took you time making that animation. Shut
There's just something about this place. I can almost feel it. It's on the tip of my brain. And then it's gone. I just wish something would help prod my memory.
Welcome to the memory prod.
Huh? What? Well now, what have we here?
Any theories on how his hat's attached to his hair?
Isn't that just a golden carp full of luck? Let's see here. It's a wind map. Very sloppy ink, like it was crafted in a hurry,
Maybe.
but I can decipher it. It would seem that someone wants to reward proper use of the
I
furnace.
see. Wild hunter.
Through some wind, like any other of its kind. Really, I think you'd have grasped the concept by... Oh, you mean specifically? Like the previous map, there is really only one way to know for certain where it leads, and that is to get in the flyer and go there. We will have to leave the furnace before we can fly out, however. A little matter of needing the flyer. Just tell me when you want to leave.
No, yeah.
All right, all right.
Oh, bother. We could if we had more sulfur.
You know, I think I actually like this job better than my last.
Coulda. Look up, so. Something just appeared behind you. Did it, though? I did not see anything. Then again, I was kind of maybe not the most attention man.
A most If we make it back to the real world...
Soup, yes. Let's do a proper save. And then make me do
Yes, what?
awful thing.
I'm waiting for you to follow the map we found after using the furnace. I'm sure it will jog my memory and maybe result in a few trinkets for you. Who knows?
I don't know. Let's go from...
Ha! I'm looking forward to this. Remembering things long forgotten is like getting to open a gift twice.
So, like, first of all, weapon power up, because I don't want to fucking have to click for every goddamn bullet I shoot at this fucking
More
thing.
memories are hidden in this route. Interesting. Keep going. I'm beginning to think there is a lot at stake here.
Give me a power up. I tried the Toki remake and you actually had to click for each fucking thing he spat out. Unlike the Amiga version I
see
played.
things so clearly now.
I played where you can just hold down the button and he would.
Interesting. No actual destination, but my memory is plotted again.
Yeah, he would
Good
shoot
job.
when you held down the button. Mod Toki's fucking great. Like, it's gorgeous, it has fine soundtrack, all sorts of ass, but I think when I left a review saying that it didn't let you do that in the remake, men were saying that that was actually how it was in most of those asses, just not the Amiga.
Well, another exciting adventure. No new devices to build, but I have more than just memories to show for it this time. Exotic fuel for the furnace.
Well, it's one of two actual good platformers. Only two good platformers ever made. That and Super Frog. Maybe Chuck Rock. So...
I hung a net out. Wait, I have nets? Yes, I do. I have a lot of things. Oh, good thing, too. We can use this stuff.
I think they were very different,
With
the arcade
proper
ones as well.
configurations,
There's a
these
Commodore
new
64
elements
version.
can produce
It
spectacular
looks
effects.
very good.
Ah, you should be glad. I see what you mean. It does seem to be a rather complicated number of hoops to go through just for some shiny baubles, even if baubles are always nice to have. Perhaps more will be revealed with further operation of the furnace, like how the map for the last trip appeared. There must be some plan in place. Lord Lao wouldn't leave such a thing unattended for no reason, much as I would never leave the marvelous dragonfly at the side of the road.
It's actually funny. I've seen some of the different Batman the movie games, and the C64 one has the best soundtrack. It's the same composer doing it for all the versions, but that one's just better. It's funny. Like, better than even the Amiga one.
Right. We will talk later. I'll just think up some new features for the dragonfly. Maybe mole talents for burrowing.
Ornitheme. Oh, I got another one. Kind of. But it's not just...
Yeah?
It's not just the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Playing on through a different thing. Though it's its own... He re-asked them for all of them. God damn it. Ax's chemical remains my favorite ass. What do we do? Buy love bullshit. Water wheel chimney. Fucking clapper. Dragon button. First time not kidding. Just stand here and wait until it's played the animation. Vox Bellows. Wait, what? Ugh. Ugh. Fuckerberg Furnace.
A most intriguing place. Well, given the rather fantastic nature of the furnace, I would bet that whoever has them doesn't really know what they are for. You found one previously in an unrelated endeavor. I'm afraid that is just the kind of continued uncertainty we will have to deal with. Keep your eyes open. Very well. In the meantime, I will try to see if I can learn anything...
Yes. The load sub. Let's bring Suf. Oh. It's this guy. Hello, fellow bald.
Irkana.
I wonder about this because, like, some of them have that quality to them, these voice lines. And I wonder if there's just some of the Knights of the Old Republic ones they have, like, reversed or something? Hold ye the fuck on. I'll tell you. Winky smaktoma. Oh, let me just make sure this isn't super loud. It might have been. I might just have been about to deafen everyone. Okay. Okay, that wasn't that loud. That's where it is. That's where that. Oh, what comes it? Yup. Let's see how this goes. Probably like shit. Wait, it's my what? Oh, that was fine.
Niato nanapadi irovir.
kuni ugnawata ir. Sa ir yagoak, kokonato sir ipanoneniko.
Oh, that didn't record at all. Never mind. Never mind.
Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo, kunir fuk no sankud na no wana napir. Irkana, unikasuri ir kwana no kasa ir iruru.
Let me just check something here. See what they say.
No sanastika. Yun so koin munj wuzun hane so katakeya nainta. Dahupa bosakurata go jujuto yoki. Hiata yamba wajiaki yukito tune. Tumpamu. Entome.
Sochichi no shiwindi tonji kados.
Nesi tuch. Wiso te boragot.
Maybe it's not that for that. I don't know. Fucking, it's gibberish.
Sata tawi ir wanawa fu kuno su kutnia awafawa ir.
Yeah, that one sounds backwards. Some of the others don't.
Wowo sun pununok. Yapapap nasia wir saye uth. Usair kokonato. Tanatia. Katanano. Shafatoyo. Kokonato siri panoneniko.
So I'm wondering about this. I was talking about that before. We very rarely use charm, intuition, or intimidate. It comes up so rarely. It's the same with traps. You get no gems for it to make you better at that, and with how few stats there are. And the way it works is there's 3 of those thingies, and there's 3 stats, and 2 of those stats help to raise one of the ass. So if I have a bunch of body and mind, for example, my intimidate goes up, or something like that. But it's just like, it's difficult to keep that shit low unless you completely ignore a stat. But there are thingies for it, gems and shit. But I don't know, it just feels like that kind of pointless system that, and I think they know that, because every 50th conversation or something we may get somewhere where we can use one of those rolls to solve something, but I'm hoping that this one, because Inquisition is, well, I'm thinking it stands in contrast to the fighty with the Executioner, so we might have to do that some more here. But yeah, even the Philosopher thing with fucking John Cleese, whom I think recorded his lines through an actual phone, it sounded like it. I thought that would need me to use some of that. I keep wanting to say roll, it's just a check. Or is it? I don't know. But it didn't.
Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo. Kunir fuk no sankud na no wana napir.
Uh-oh.
Sata tawi ir wanawa fu kuno su kutnia awafawa ir sutuk. Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo. Kunir fuk no sankud na no wana napir.
This seems very important for something to test a noob on.
Ipanar nuku iwa ir nikasanarir iruru ni nuasa irkana. Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo. Kunir fuk no sankud na no wana napir. Ikirnik tine piru wo iferek uk sun puno. Usair kokonato. Tanatnia. Katanano. Shafatoyo. Kokonato siri panoneniko. Wowo sun pununok, yapapap nasia iwir sair wuth. Usair coconato. Tanatia, katanano, shafatoyo, coconato siri panonenico.
What a guy.
You know, far be it from me to presume, but I have an idea of how we might be able to
They
solve
all
this
heard
problem.
that.
My glorious wife's third cousin is a minor official in the Ministry of Harmony. I know a little something of the way Judge Fang conducts his business. All of Fang's ministers bring him an honor gift when they go to see him, an offering given as a sign of respect, a bribe, some might call it. If we replace Sheng's honor gift with something insulting, rare turtle eggs, for example, Fang would be so outraged he'd refuse to even listen to Sheng's report. It's true. A gift of turtle eggs would be as insulting as a box of manure. Even more so, because they are so difficult to track down, whereas manure is somewhat common.
I love manure.
I admit there are still some details yet to be worked out, but acquiring the eggs is easy. I have some here that you can simply have.
Wait a minute.
You have turtle eggs here after just saying they are very rare?
Wait, if you give those to me,
Well,
won't
I
that
was
be an
saving
insult?
them for my coming anniversary. You buy early if you want them to be ripe. It doesn't really matter, does it? There are more daunting problems to consider. For example, how will you sneak past Sheng's guards to make the switch?
We should just kill Sheng. Nice and simple. Kill his guards, too.
Would you want us to kill Fang and his guards, too? Slaughter everyone? Not only does it seem excessive, but I don't think that's how Inquisitors operate. Maybe we should investigate Fang in the arena first. We might be able to stop him from getting that report without hurting Sheng, or anyone else. It's up to you how we handle this, but remember that the Inquisitors aren't just thugs. They're more subtle.
Turtle egg, turtle egg. Let me just have a look at us. Let just see. Well, that seemed more complicated than it seemed.
This can't be happening. My business is finished. I'm finished.
What? Who are you?
What? Oh, you. You're the one with the flyer, aren't you? Forgive my impertinence, but do you own that flyer, perhaps? I am Hingu, a mechanic and a businessman. I supply upgrades to people fortunate enough to have flyers.
Oh boy, I love the flying minigame.
However, I have had some trouble attaining parts of late. My previous associate went on a trip to retrieve valuable parts and never returned.
I think they added the skip options for those flying sections into Mass Patch.
I need someone brave, someone who is a capable pilot. The missions I have are dangerous, but the rewards are worth it.
Fine.
I will pay you good silver, and I can sell you parts for your flyer to make it better.
I think the only upgrades are just...
Make it better? This is the finest ship of its kind. I should know. I made it. You're just a fix-it man. What would you know about ships?
I have been working on flyers since they first started appearing in the Empire. I take these rickety contraptions and make them into something amazing.
Rickety? There has never been a flyer more solid than the marvelous dragonfly. Rickety? Your wits are the only thing rickety around here.
As you say, all the more reason to work with me. If your flyer is truly that good, you'll have no problems. Very few, at least.
I am few problems.
I have some supplies in the North Provinces that I need to pick up immediately. We've had trouble with bandits up there, so it might be tricky. If you could bring me those supplies, I'd have the parts necessary to upgrade your flyer. What do you say?
I'm not really interested in an upgraded flyer, but I cannot refuse a quest.
Here's your wind map. It'll show you where to go. I'll also pay extra if you get rid of those bandits plaguing the area.
No. Weird. Oh, I have no upgrades now. Can I fly into Bonk? No. Give me an upgrade, please, so I don't have to press the fucking button so much. There. Nope, that was not one I want. Oi, 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 oi. Help, please.
That's it! We have to get out of the fight! You're scuffing the finish!
At least I have 2 bullets to begin with.
Careful now, you'll dent something!
Why do I not?
Hey, watch what you're doing!
Why do I not have any upgrades? It looked like I could select them, but it didn't let me. These assholes just trying to fly into me?
Whoa, that was close! We need to end this!
We'll try that again later. Let's do some Space Haven. Fuck around in space. It's kind of a colony sim, but in space. It's gotten a few updates since I asked it last. Since I'm gonna probably put this on YouTube, I'm gonna just quickly up and down the stream. Prepare your asses for becoming a guy.